This personal chatbot is an AI agent that I created to myself. Why? Because I usually has a couple daily actions, such as search on Reddit, take a look how my database related with my client is going, review or create Google Calendar events to my students. That's why I created this Telegram chatbot. And something really special about this chatbot is this chatbot has tons of logic, but here the first interface I kept the most simple possible. And that's why, and the reason of that is I implement a couple MCP servers. I'm gonna show you the logic under the hood of each of those MCP servers. We have this MCP in charge to all stuff related with Google Calendar, validate if I have ability on gap of time, delete events, create new events, or let me know what is the next meeting I have with my students. This MCP is super simple because it's a MVP version, but it's specialized on my database on Supabase and get and provide to me information about my elements on my database. And last one, this is a special one. This is specialized on Reddit, and this can look for and this can search posts, comments, subreddits at the same time. And this is also because it's easier to read here, but also is easier to the AI agent because the MCP is the best way to communicate with AI agents or AI applications. If we take a look here in the prompt, we can see that we have in the list of the prompt Reddit MCP, Supabase MCP, and Calendar MCP. If without those MCP, I have to describe each of the actions. That means this prompt would be a nightmare because I will have to describe this action, all those actions, and also all those actions related with Reddit. But this way, I just have to describe the MCP and what the MCP expects. We are going to see how create this Telegram chatbot. In this video, we are going to focus on more in the chatbot structure instead of the MCPs, because I have a special video just for this MCP. I have a special video just for this MCP. You can go to watch this, but I would like to spend some time reviewing how set up Telegram, how is the structure or the pattern that we are going to follow in the chatbot, even how the chatbot can get text message and voice message at the same time. Something they have to say about this chatbot is there is a special node here that is super important, and it is this simple memory in this case, but you can use a most complicated one if you want. But this is what made the change between a chatbot and normal automation, because when you send a message, this execute one time. When you send another message, execute again, but it's a new execution. We can see here, I guess, right? Yeah, I want to show you here. Okay, we have, it's in Spanish, but we have a text here, but before that, I have another message, right? That means each message has their own workflow, and this memory or this node is then this node that we can keep track of the message. We can keep the memory, and this can work as a normal ChatGPT or normal chat with memory. We're going to see how create all this automation under the hood, but first I want to let you know about my mentorship program, where I can give you from zero to expert in one-to-one program, where you will have a one-to-one meeting with me, a special chat with me, personalized chats where you can ask questions, and you will get access for all my courses. Well, stop to talk and jump to the business. Let's start to create the chatbot. Here we have to look for the Telegram trigger, and we are going to use on message trigger. That means when you send a message to a chatbot, this trigger will fire, the action will start. And here you have to, I already have a credential, but I would like to create one with you, create new credentials. And here, let's open this documentation. Let's take a look. Okay, I already have a Telegram, And since like we are going to use, we need the API bot access. And let's say that start with chat with father, bot father. Click here. Let's see what we have. Okay, here we have two new bot, I guess. And name of the new bot, YouTube Telegram bot. Okay, now we have to choose a username and most to end in bot. Let's say assistant. No, let's say YouTube Telegram bot, something like this. Sorry, the username is already taken. Oh, let's say something like this. Testing this way. Nice. It's already created. Here is the API key. Just copy this. What is that? Paste it in. Save. Testing the credential. Let's say, yeah, it's working. Let's close this. Close this. Good. And what is our chat? Yeah, it's here. Basic. Okay, nice. Let's click on start, and I think I already done. Well, something in special. We are on testing mode. That means the workflow is enabled or inactive. And if you want to test, you click on test workflow, and this will be listened message. Oh, what's wrong? Okay, the message. Here is the message. But let's test it again. And something like, hey, hello, hey, hello. Okay, it executes. The execution is good. And here we have a couple data, right? Let's say we have, hey, the text, some date, and some information about the chat that is needed to the future to add to the memory. We have the first name, last name. Okay, there is a special data here. Let's start create a JSON with only the data needed. I think we only need this and maybe this. Let's say this way, chat ID, and here we are going to use this chat ID. What else we can use? Message ID. It's not needed. I think the chat ID is enough to keep the track of, and let's test it first. Okay, something so useful when you are creating AI agents or working with N8N. I always tell you is spin data, because this way you have the same data to test and test it. Okay, let's add the brain of all this stuff is the AI agent. Click on AI agent, and here is something happen. Okay, that is expected something called chat input, but it's not provided this way. It's just click here, select define below, and you can drag and drop this. And I think what else is needed? Okay, the chat module is super important. I already have the account created. Let's skip after the file memory. That is super important. Okay, click on this drop down and click on define below as well. And this will be the chat ID, right? Here will be the chat ID. I would like to, I don't know if there any way to stream. It's not possible. This way I think will be encode hash replace. What's happening if I? Okay, I would like to use a stream. Let's increase the context window length just to keep more context on the chatbot. I think that's it. Let's add something like a Wikipedia just to test it. Well, now let's test it. Let's remove this, click on listen, and let's execute. Hey, how are you? Okay, well, the execution was faster, but I would like to take a look how was the load. Okay, we can see here how was everything. This is the memory. Okay, what we start in the memory, we start the input, the system message. I think is hiding the system message. If we want a custom system message, we want to write down here extra instructions. Well, here we can see what was our input. A human say, hey, how are you? And the response, I am just a program, I don't have feeling. Lovely. Okay, nice. All the connections are working as expected. Now we have to test what happened when we have because I would like to get some different types of message, such as emails, such as voices and text message. That's why I'm going to test this. Hey, that is a test session. I would like to know how the voice message looks like. Okay, yeah, something was wrong for sure, because it's not expected, but okay. Let's see, we have something called voice basically, and also there are 5 unique ID, and let's create this something like, okay, something like this. If if voice dot file ID exists, I click on exists. This is the path for voice message, right? Okay, let's see, I'm gonna pin this. What's happened? Execute. Oh, something was wrong. What? Oh, got it. Got it. My mistake. This will be this, and test again. Just to, let's say, yeah, nice. Now, something that we have to do here is download the file. We have a special node to do that with Telegram, where you have to, here we have input to file ID. File ID, click on test. Nice, it's working. But it's not enough, because it is a voice file, and we have to translate to text. And we have OpenAI node to do that. Let's say, what is that? We have tons of them. Generate audio, translate recording, transcript to recording, would it be? Let's take that. Let's test it. Yeah, it is. Nice, super nice. We are almost ready on this side. Just I want to create an object text, and also I would like to add here we have, do you remember the chat ID? I would like to add here chat ID. Let's rename that and say map voice message, and let's test it. Nice. Hey, that is a test session. I would like to know, okay, it's working as expected. Let's organize a little bit that, just to make sure that everything is working. And let's see something. I would like to see something. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's expected. It's the same. I just want to validate if we have the same name for these fields. Yeah, it's true. Okay, but something I would like to know, I would like to do is what happened, how the JSON looks like when we have a text message. Let's remove that, unbind this. Let's take a look how it looks like. We have something. Oh, we have something called text, and we can say this chat, this text exists, is a text message, and we can do the same, for example, with videos, images, etc. Now let's pin this as well again and just test it. Okay, it's working. Okay, what is the next step? I don't know if this is answered to me. It's not. We have to add a Telegram send message. Send message. What is that? Send message. I'm going to respond. Just to send message. Chat ID. Lovely. I think we have the chat ID here. Yeah, it is. It's here. Well, the test will be this guy. Output. This will be the, what is that? Forced to replay. Okay, and now let's test again. Let's say what's happened. Nice. Now it's answered to us. It's already complete, the chatbot. Even when it's simple, it's already complete. But let's take a look something. Like I would like to take a look here. Take some time, but it's important because you have to understand that each message has, what, something was wrong. Each message has our own workflow. For example, this was what's execution, the own workflow, and always is the memory that keep track of the conversation. I think we sent a couple times the same one, yeah. But yeah, it's important to understand that because it's part of understand how N8N works. And now let's add superpower to this. Let's add some MCP to Reddit. Could be great, but for that I have to. I am thinking how we can do. Okay, let's start with the MCP just to superbase. Here we have a URL, right? This URL, I think it would be better if I explain here. Here we have the MCP server. This MCP server provides to us a URL, a test URL and production URL, right? We just to copy, and this is already on production. We just copy this and paste it. And here will be MCP to Supabase, right? How does this working? Okay, this provides to us a URL. You can add some authentication. It is important because you can expose that to the internet, but only the person who has the authentication can use it. Okay, I usually implement this pattern. I have here this node called the N8N node workflow, and this is super helpful because here you describe what will be the functionality of this flow. You select what is the flow. In this case is NCP personal brand, right? Superbase NCP personal brand. And this, when we create this node, this is a trigger node, is when execute with another workflow. This basically when something happens here, this will execute. And here we define what will be the JSON, right? And that's why we have those inputs to fill here. And you can click here just on less to model action, right? And with the description here, automatically your AI agent will have context about how you use this, about the description, and how and what are the possible values to assign for each of the inputs, right? I'm gonna delete that because it's not needed. And that's basically it. But we are going to see how that works. But first I would like to take this prompt, and here you have to click on add action, system message, and paste it. Don't worry about all those workflow because you have to download the resources. But let's take a look. Here we have the role, right? Your helpful assistant belongs to Simeon and his personal brand. We provide some context. We say that it's running on Telegram, and we define the task. The task here is super simple, but something that is super important here is the tools, the description of the tool. The tool use, I recommend, have the same name here as the same name that we assign to the node. I'm going to rename that. Okay, nice. And well, we are using some extra info about the date. Just it's useful for the Google Calendar Reddit NCP. So for the Google Calendar NCP. Okay, now we are going to test this. Let's remove that. And hey, can you let me the user that I have in course waitlist database is still waiting for me. Let's remove this and unpin that. Okay, it's executing. But here, let's wait a little bit. How was the response? I have here the response that are the users that I have in my database related with the course waitlist. The waitlist is no longer needed because the course was already launched. If you are interested in it, go to my website, and there you will find information about the course. Oh, it's taking some time. Oh, here it is. Nice. Back to the business. Okay, cool. I would like to take a look at the logs, and please take a look at this NCP Superbase NCP, right? And this NCP provide a description, all these tools, and even say action just available for get many and get ID. Database, the possible value for the database. Limit, just a number. And this provide context how use the NCP to the AI agent to the LLM. And that's basically it, because the rest of them, let's say we are going to use the rest. I just wanna copy and paste. Oh, come on, man. Okay. And what else? What else I have this guy. Remember, if you want to go dive deeper on those Reddit and Google Calendar NCP, I have a special video about it. Here, I think we are already done. Let's test it, but let's enable jump to the jungle, and that's it. And ask, hey, can you let me know the top five polls in subreddit N8N. Okay, let's wait for the answer. How much time could this take? But in the same time, when it's already active, the only way to watch how nice, I think it's already here. We have the execution. Let's take a look how this looks like. Okay, it's a message called the Reddit MCP. Nice. And here we have the top 5 posts. If I click here, what's happened? Nice. It's working as expected. Well, guys, this is part of my arming of AI agents to my own business. If you want to learn how to create those AI agents, follow me. I have a really good videos on my YouTube channels. But if you want to increase your path learning, I have the mentorship where we can boost your path learning.